Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to one and all. My name is Ashok and I'm the host for today. Thank you for taking time to join us today as we talk about the next generation BI tools solving tomorrow's problem. You leave the webinar with the understanding the usage of BI tools in the present scenario. And to make sure that we're presenting you as best as we can on this topic, we have a chat section to source your questions in the end of the seminar. We'll also engage you with few polls. Don't worry about taking notes immediately, since we'll send the session's recording to you. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the panelists for today, Mr. Rohan and Sujita. Over to you.
Sujita, we can't hear you.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I was on mute. Good morning, everyone. I am Sujita, and I'm working here as a senior business analyst at Inference Labs, and I am leading the Sisense practice at my organization. First of all, thank you very much for allocating 45 minutes of your time just for this webinar. I'll make sure you will have great takeaways by the end of this webinar. And I'm having 7+ years of experience, and it is a mix of working in MNCs like Infosys as well as German-based product companies in the field of business intelligence and business analysis. I hold a master's degree in business consulting from Germany, and I am interested in this field of business intelligence and business analysis because it helps to bring both the teams, the technical team as well as the business users together, and I can act as a bridge between these two departments. And today, another presenter along with me is Rohan. I'm very happy to have him aboard. He is a veteran and he has a great knowledge on this particular field. And I would like to invite Rohan, and over to you, Rohan.
Great. Thank you very much for the introduction, Sujita. Thank you, everybody, for having me. I'd love to have a chance to speak about business intelligence and business analytics and the state of the future. I'm the Director of Alliances and Partnerships at Sisense, and I began my journey with business analytics about 25 to 30 years ago, working with some of the largest organizations, some of the early organizations that came up with business intelligence and analytics. And even though I started in the 1990s, some of the people I worked with were doing analytics for 20 years prior to that, right? And what drew me to Sisense, is the innovation and the vision and the fact that they understand it's all about helping you, helping businesses succeed and become more successful, more effective in what you do. Technology is supposed to be here to help us, right? And sometimes so it moves faster than we'd like. And so today we'd like to spend some time about how we can help you leverage that technology to help your organizations drive better decisions every day. We've got an exciting presentation, and then we'll open it up to questions at the end. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck right into it. So back to you, Sujita.
Thank you, Rohan. I will start with the session, and let me share my screen and present the PPT for you. Okay, this webinar is going to be more about, you can split it into two parts. One, it will be on the BI tool itself, and other Sisense and the generation of BI tools. So this is the overall agenda. If you see, we will first start with the BI tools and different user types. And then we will see what are the different warning signs that you have an outdated BI or BI practice within your organization. And then we will talk about the third generation BI tools, followed by the introduction, advanced features available within Sisense, and then what is meant by embedding. And finally, we will go for Q&A session. I hope this was clear. Let's jump start with the session. So since we are talking about BI tool and that's the main concept of today's webinar, let's brush our ideas like what exactly is BI tool. So BI tool in simple words, it's a software application to retrieve data from different resources or different sources and transform it and then finally present it in the form of BI reports to the end users. So that's what I'm depicting in this picture too. You can pull the data lying in different types of sources like spreadsheets, files. It can be different web applications, say for example, Google AdWords, or it can be high performance DBs, as well as relational databases. And then you should have some technique to bring that data and put it into your tool, and then you work on it to create user-friendly dashboards and then send it across different platforms. For example, it can be even a mobile application. So very short and simple definition or understanding of BI tool. We are going through this because there are audiences joining from different backgrounds. So just to keep it simple and put it in a layman language, you can understand what exactly is a BI tool. Further, so you may be wondering who are the users of BI tool? Why do they need it? And what exactly are their roles? So basically, you can differentiate the users as into two types. One is called as viewers and other as designers. So most of the users within an organization, they range from 80 to 90% of the users lie under this category, and this is called as viewers. So what they do is they just access or view a report. They can drill down or they apply filters to the dashboard and they just consume the dashboard. They don't know how the report is created, nothing. They just act on this particular information. So for example, it can be a CIO, CFO, a marketing lead, or someone like that. And then we have the other type of user within the BI tool. These are the people who design the dashboards, or they are the ones who bring the data from different sources. They do the data modeling, and also you can consider admins also in this particular section. So they do the user administration and data administration and all that part. So these kind of users, they vary very less, and it will be around 10 to 20% within an organization. So since you audiences, you are attending this webinar, just try to associate yourself either as a viewer or a designer. Just ask this question. Okay. Now going forward, I'm sure pretty much that most of the people that you have joined, you already have some or the other kind of BI practice within your organization, but you have to also make sure if it is outdated or not. So in this particular session, let's see what are the different signs that is letting you know that your BI tool is actually outdated. So first, if you are still working on the same Excel manual reporting, then it is outdated. Second, say for example, there is no single source of truth. Your sales head is asking you what was the profit for this month of November. Sales team says it's 1 million, finance team says it's 2 million, and other team says no, it's 1.5 million. So where is this mismatch coming from? Because there is no single source of truth. If this is a scenario within your organization, then that is a warning sign for you. And third one, if it is still managed by IT team, you still raise tickets, you raise a request, they create a report for you, and then you get it so much of time gap between the request and the response, then I think your BI practice is outdated. And the fourth one, if your teams, say for example, you have brought a BI practice, say for example, you have brought a BI tool or something, and initially every team starts using it, but slowly, every team starts moving away from that because they don't rely on what that tool is generating. If you come across any such scenario, then again, that's a warning sign. And fifth one is like merging data. Say for example, you are selling something, and you have online sales as well as offline sales. Data is getting captured in transactional databases, and somewhere it is getting captured in some other kind of database, say for example outdated Magento or something like that. And now you have to bring all the data together to create reports, and it's completely impossible. If your BI tool is not able to connect to those data sources, then again a warning sign. And the sixth one is unable to customize a report. For example, if you are not able to give a customized report to your sales or your say for example finance section or any other section, and you're sending the same dashboards to everyone, then that means your BI tool is not able to handle the customization. And the final one, this is very, very important. This actually helps you that you are in a very bad situation only when you go through this. That is having a reactive BI tool. Say for example, there is a sales like flower sales, and the company is expecting that the sales should happen best 1 week before Christmas, and there is some weather forecast, and people are buying 2 weeks before Christmas all the flowers, and you are running a flower shop and you don't know this, and you are encountering directly this situation and you are not able to handle the demand. That means your BI tool didn't warn you about this. It didn't predict that your sales is going to be high in the second week instead of first week. So there can be multiple scenarios. If your BI tool is not proactive and it just reacts, then again that is a warning sign. So that was all about the BI tool, that it is outdated. So since this whole topic is all about generation, the next generation of BI tools, it's important to understand what is the outdated generation. So it can be broadly classified into 3 different generations. So the first generation is called as the on-premise generation or the server. Here what happens, there will be a particular dedicated team and they will be creating dashboards for you. For example, the Oracle, having a Oracle database and DB2 database and creating reports through MicroStrategy tools, something like that, then this is all about generation 1, all on-premise servers. Then came the desktop generation, or you can say the generation 2, where pretty much everyone started having a desktop application, like a desktop application within their system to generate reports. Pretty much everyone went into this dashboard world. Sales team has a dashboard, finance team has a dashboard, marketing team has a dashboard, everyone is on dashboard, HR team has a dashboard. So that became the dashboard era. And for example, you can say the underlying technologies like SQL Server or Tableau, they are like all desktop level BI tools. These are pretty much outdated. And now we are talking about the third generation. So third generation is all about cloud. So here data is delivered, or you can say the analysis is delivered wherever you are. For example, in order to achieve this, we are going for high-end technologies like, say, for example, we have Snowflake, BigQuery kind of data warehouses, and ThoughtSpot, Sisense kind of tools. Plus, it also means this is the era of AI and ML, and unless and otherwise you have all this incorporated within this BI tool, then pretty much it's an outdated tool. So it should have AI, ML, augmented BI, and super fast in-memory database technologies. Once you have this within your BI tool, then we are talking about a third generation BI tool. With this, I would request Rohan to take over.
Thank you, Sujita. So it's very, very interesting as we talk about, the different generations of business intelligence and business analytics, and I'm of the generation that I've been through all 3 of them, right? So I've seen the evolution of technology and how it can help us. Now, I just want to spend a bit of time about Sisense, and I can tell you about who we are. I can tell you that we're cloud native and that we're AI driven and that we're API extensible with 600 different APIs. I can tell you that we created the whole embedded analytics, next generation movement. Again, I can talk about the 2,300 customers that we have, and that's just in 10 short years. It's almost every day we are acquiring a new customer and developing strategic relationships. I could talk about the fact that we're, one of the top Forbes 100 cloud companies globally for the past 5 years. Oh, that's great. Verticals, yes, we've got that covered. We've got big customers such as American Express, NASDAQ, airlines. We cover all industries, all verticals. And of course, we've got 20 great customers plus in India. But I think it's better to see, rather than who we are, it's what we do. I think that's probably more relevant. I mean, you can go on our website and get the introduction, but when we talk about what we do and why we're successful, so maybe the next slide, Sujita. Right, and this is all about, everybody understands that data-driven organizations outperform others exponentially. End of story. Data-driven organizations, right? But data's been around forever. Analytics has been around forever. The issue is that there's a low adoption of analytics within most organizations. There's challenges of technology that we spoke about earlier on. We've seen it over the past 20 years. We've seen data change, right? We talk about the 4 V's. We talk about the volume of data that we have within our organizations, the variety of data that we have to address, the velocity of data. We're getting too much data. We're just overwhelmed. And the veracity of data. Can we actually tell if this is trustworthy or not? But it's also the intrinsic value, recognizable value of data, which is really important for organizations today. Right? It's all about taking data, turning it into information into insights that you can action. Right? 65% of all organizations globally are going to invest in business analytics and data analytics this year, according to Gartner. Right? 85% of organizations who invested within the last 3 to 5 years expressed the fact that they did not receive the intended ROI in their business analytics projects. And it's not necessarily the skills or the technology, it's the fact that the second generation type solutions don't mirror our human behaviors, our behaviors that we have in our social lives today. Right? In the second column there, we talk about everything being in context and personalized and where you are. Right? We're used to that in our life, right? When you click onto Netflix or the Netflix equivalent, it tells you here are the top 10 videos or movies we recommend based upon your preference, right? If you have a smartphone, it gives you accessibility to analytics anywhere you are, right? And you don't have to know how it works. It's just that you have the data that you need to make decisions. That's what people expect in their daily work today. It's going beyond dashboards, right? Maybe the next slide, Sujita, please. Right? This is what Sisense does, and this is why we've been very, very successful. It goes beyond dashboards, right? The first generation, I always sort of say that, that's equivalent to the Nokia flip phone, right? It was great at the time. It was the best we had. Second generations like the BlackBerry. Everybody liked a BlackBerry. And there was resistance in giving it up because you get used to certain tools, and that's also something that can hinder your business performance. But then you look at the smartphones we have today, your phone, your music, your business applications, weather, everything, location, AI. And it doesn't matter how it works, it works, right? And so that's what we do. We want to make sure we give you something that's in context, and that it's personalized to you and it's embedded. And when we talk about embedded, people say, well, what does that actually mean? Is it embedded? Do I have to, have a white label or OEM type application? No, just think about it this way. And this is where you have to, use your imagination about next generation, because people say, well, next generation, what does that really mean? And do I really need it? Imagine the insights that are generated by your dashboard or that you see in your dashboard are brought to you where you're making a decision. Right? That your dashboard does more than just tell you a story in different colors and formats. It tells you why, right? It tells you what's important. It tells you what the anomalies are and what's going to happen next. And again, why do I have to go to a dashboard? And this is when we talk about the adoption of dashboards. Why can't I have that sent to me where I'm working, whether it's on WhatsApp or Slack or any sort of work application that I'm using? Send me an alert. Tell me what the insights are that I need to action, because it's data turned into information, information into insight, insight into action. That's what it's all about. Let's go to the next slide, Sujita. And I'll give you just 2 examples. I can go on, guys, and maybe post this session if you have specific industry questions. We can get you some information. But I pulled 2 out, and they're large, but we have many smaller ones as well. But Orion, this is an accounting SaaS provider, and they had 1.5 million accounts, and they looked after $375 billion. And you look at the challenges, static reports, right? IT was managing it, and it was a huge cost. When you look at, we can talk technical functions and features. When you look at it, though, what business challenges and what strategic initiatives are you trying to master, right? And it's either increase revenue, reduce cost, or increase customer attraction, retention, or even wallet share, right? So when you look at this, the IT was very heavily involved. They were generating reports, and the speed, and again, first generation, second generation, third generation is all about reducing that speed to insights as well, right? And the non-technical users are like, oh my goodness, I don't have a PhD in SQL language or Java and all this AI stuff. You shouldn't. I mean, you don't use it on your smartphone. You just push buttons and you get the results and get the insights, and away you go. That's what it should be as well. It should be as easy as, and give everybody options. You can do it code first or no code, drag and drop, whatever. For Orion, easy for the business users, huge data volumes that they're able to support, interactive dashboards with that governance and security so that people could only see what they're supposed to see. That's really important, right? And the impact, look at this. They're able to give 1,000 brokers insights into their own business within 75 days with a team of 1 implementer. Time to value. And we talked earlier on about 85% of organizations are saying, hey, we're not getting the right ROI in our business projects around business analytics. And that's because they're using 2nd generation tools to solve 3rd generation problems. 6 terabyte of database, 1.2 billion rows of data, right? That can be done live, that can be done in cache mode as well. And full transparency, that single source of data. One more, and then I will pass it back to Sujita. Sujita, let's go on to the next one, which is CTSI, which is, again, the world's largest privately freight, bill, audit, and payment service provider, right? They do 3 to 4 million transactions on a regular basis, and they have the same problem. Unable to analyze and identify key trends across the millions of freight invoices processed every day. It's the overcome with volume and velocity issues, and they have limited IT resources to actually go in and tackle that and take it from data, turn it into information, information into insights, insights into action. No actionable insight because you can't get through that whole supply chain of data, right? And they're unable to provide benchmarking data. Again, shipping industry versus client performance. Think about it. If you have any sort of customers, you have suppliers, customers, partners, anybody that you're working with, vendors, and you want to be able to give them a view and share your data. And again, that's the monetization of data. So you should be able to add value to your organization. And you want to be able to provide them a view about their performance. And they're losing market share. I go back to it's revenue, it's lowering costs or cost effectiveness, and then again, it's all about helping customers. But you have to be competitive. Data-driven organizations outperform other organizations exponentially. We were able to go in, we were able to give them a technical solution that scaled to billions of records, single sign-on, all the functions and features that they were looking, but that's great. That's just technical requirements. But the impact, let's talk about the impact. ROI within 5 months, right? Deployed against customers, across customers, supporting 9,000 end users and growing with every new customer. Getting those insights, timely insights, right? Implemented and managed by 1 person. How's that? That's just, again, the ease of use. It has to be, when you talk about AI, and people say, well, AI, we don't know AI. Well, you don't have to. It's built in. It's out of the box. It should be, right? Natural language query, it's built in. Machine language, it's built in. This is the way it works, right? And embedded analytics increase company sales win ratio by 50%. So there's not much more I can say that, if you are trying to solve new generation business problems with second generation tools, there's going to be a bit of a lag, right? There's a great opportunity for us to move into this whole new world. Now, what's the fourth generation business intelligence? I don't know. Come see me in 10 years. We'll have that conversation. But for now, we have a fantastic opportunity to help you and your organizations drive and make better decisions every day. Thank you, Sujita.
Thank you, Rohan. So that's what all about Sisense. Sisense is the new generation tool, and we will see how. I'll move to the technical side of that. Basically, Sisense is an end-to-end analytics platform. That means you can get data from different data sources. So let's see what kind of data sources we have. High performance DBs, you can connect to data warehouses like Snowflake, Redshift, BigQuery, you name it. And then we have, if you are still capturing data in spreadsheet or files, then Sisense can connect to them too. And then if you have web applications like Google Analytics or Zendesk, or a relational database like SQL Server or big data, it can connect to all of them. And once you connect to it, then you have two options. Either you can connect it live, that means live, and start building the dashboards. That is one option. And there is another option called as Elastic Cube. Elastic Cube is all about bringing the data and putting it within the Sisense databases, and then building a dashboard on top of that. So that is like cached data, and this is live data. And you also can create data pipelines. For example, you want to automate your whole process, then you can create data pipelines also within Sisense. So once you get the data, then what happens is like we have checked, like there are two different types of users, right? So even for the users like end users like viewers, even they can create their own dashboards because we have the option of self-service here. So it can be a simple drag and drop using the icons or widgets available within Sisense, or if you want to unlock the powerful insights via complex codes, or if you want to bring your SQL queries, or you want to create some customized tables or something, then you have the option to do that. Also, you can run your Python or R scripts, and you can create new data within the boxes or the Elastic Cube databases, and then you can create the dashboards on top of that. So the outcome is actually not a dashboard. Please remember, it's not a dashboard. It's going to be an actionable item that can be available in various platforms. It can be available as a standalone dashboard. It can be sent to your mobile phone. You can see the analysis or your reports within different applications where you actually work. For say, for example, you're working in Slack. Your whole team is connected on Slack, and then you get the report there. So it's that easy, and Sisense helps you in giving the in-context analysis and deliver the insights wherever you work. That's the power of Sisense, and usually most of the tools end here. They just create dashboards and end here, but Sisense is not at all about creating visualizations or dashboard. It is not at all about that. This is something pretty basic for Sisense. And of course, the solution comes in various flavors. You can go for a complete cloud solution, or you can go for an on-premise, and you can opt for hybrid also. So, and if you see, it can run on Linux as well as Windows, and everything will be browser-based. There is no desktop application. Sisense is browser-based. Very simple. Okay, since we are talking this much, let me demonstrate the Sisense features to you. Before that, since in the interest of time, I'll show you all the advanced features available within Sisense. So I'll stop my screen sharing and show you the demo. Okay, I hope everyone is able to see my screen. Let's take a sample example. So whatever you're seeing right now, this is a marketing data. So if you see, this is a dashboard. Everyone can see this is a dashboard, very simple dashboard, right? So what you are seeing right now is a marketing data, marketing dashboard for a drone company. So this is what we are going to demo today. So you can see it has all the visuals, pretty much like any other tool. You can show the data in different pie charts, bar charts. You can see line graphs and all that. Okay, that's fine. But what is special in Sisense? That's what we are trying to show you today, right? So as I already told you, third generation is all about uh, performance and AI, machine learning, and the ability of the tool to learn itself and so on, right? So right now, if you see, this is a target. So my dashboard is showing you the target levels, right? So here, if you see, there is something called as, let's go feature by feature. I'll talk all about advanced features within Sisense. The first advanced feature is called as exploration path. So what happens in this exploration path is, right now your data analyst or someone that has designed the dashboard has set a simple gauge. It just shows how many targets, clicks, or how many clicks have happened for this particular demo marketing. So there are like 9.39 million clicks for this particular ad. That's it. But Sisense is telling you, hey, don't look at only the numbers. I have something to suggest. And that's what exploration path is all about. So you click on the exploration path, this bulb symbol, and it says, look at your target based upon the country. So I'm getting more information. Sisense is creating it for me. So it says that Spain is getting the highest number of clicks, followed by very less at Austria. So a signal to my marketing manager. So immediately I can go to the Austrian team and say, hey, the number of clicks are super low in Austria. Please take a look. Right? I find this helpful, then I just mark it as helpful. I find this helpful, I can download this. Okay. So all these dashboards, let's say, see the kind of clicks we are getting from different platforms. Say, for example, most of my clicks are coming from mobile phones, followed by desktop, followed by tablets. Again, this is something Sisense is creating on its own and helping me to understand my data better. And then we have something called as trends over time. So not only simple dashboards, Sisense is creating advanced dashboards also like this, right? We can see charts, line charts, and all that. Yeah. So this is all about exploration path. So the advantage of this is, for example, if I find this particular style of analysis useful, I mark it as useful, and I go on and keep on doing this practice. And over a period of time, Sisense learns, okay, I am Sujita, so okay, Sujita finds these kind of dashboards useful. So Sisense learns in turn, and the next time you log in, for example, I am marking this as not useful, right? So next time when I log in, I will not see this style at all because I don't feel this is useful to me. So it will show more data in line with these kind of dashboards or these kind of analysis. So I hope that was clear. So that was all about exploration path. So that is one distinguishing feature of Sisense. Then moving further, we all know that we have different dashboards, right? You can show the data in different ways. Like it can be a data bar, it can be a pie chart, it can be a line chart, it can be a tree map, it can be anything. Okay, so imagine you are showing this, say for example, this is trends data, and you are showing this to a user. Okay, and you are asking, okay, tell me what do you understand from this particular dashboard? So anyone, any layman, any user who is new to this overall BI practice, they will say, okay, Xiaomi brand is doing good, Samsung brand is not doing good, Amazon is okay. Okay, most of the people are total number of clicks for the ads is coming from age group between 25 to 34. That is the highest. Maximum clicks are coming from Spain. Most of the people are clicking from the sidebar and so on. That's it. What else? What else can you understand? And that's where again Sisense comes in. Here it helps you to generate the insights and give it in the form of text. So whatever you're seeing right now. So let's put up some filter. Say for example, 25 to 30 age group for Xiaomi in the country Spain. For say they are clicking from a mobile ad, right? Once we do that, what Sisense is doing is it is helping me and it is articulating whatever insights is available. So it says the total clicks was 23,000 across 12 weeks. The minimum value was so and so. So it's not just giving a simple analysis. It is going bit deeper. If you could see, it is telling that the increase has occurred. A great increase has occurred in the week of 44th week in 2019, and the clicks have increased by 170%. Okay, so you understood that in the week of 44 there is a increase. So you are a marketing manager. So right now, if this analysis was not there, do you think you would have understood it by looking at this chart? Never, right? Never. And looking at this line chart? No. That's where Sisense is helping you. It is helping you to understand the data better and putting it with the help of powerful augmented BI text analysis running in the background. Okay, so I'm a sales manager and I found out that Sisense is telling me, okay, in the week of 44, my sales has gone up. So what I'll do, I'll click on analyze it and I click on explanations. Okay, what is that? Why is it high? And then I see my Sisense is helping me to understand why the sales has gone up on the particular 44th week. So okay, let's click on the 44th week. And again, we are seeing another feature called as explanation. This is an AI feature. So here, if you see, what are the different sources that is contributing to a rise in number of clicks on that particular 44th week? So what is that? So Sisense is helping me to understand it. So it's saying, hey, 97% of the increase is because of the source. Okay, what are the sources? So most of the clicks came from Facebook, Instagram, and campaign. And look at the last week, so many less clicks. And here it's so high. So you should understand, then you should see, okay, what was the reason? Okay, you figured out. That was because you have launched a new campaign in Spain by one of the leading football player. And due to that ad, people started visiting your site more. So okay, that means your campaign strategy is working fine. That is a success. Then that helps you to take the next step. So just differentiate and understand the way we are analyzing, and Sisense is helping you to understand this overall dashboard. We are not showing any visualizations. We are going way further than that. Okay, there are so many other features. In the interest of time, I am just showcasing you only the highest and most loved features by people. And in fact, there are so many other features, like you can ask query and Sisense can return the answer in the form of a dashboard, and so many other features, like you have forecast and you have trends. You can check actual versus the predicted values and so on and so forth. For example, let's say, let me clear these filters. So yeah, so we have a lowest performing drone. So this drone has very less number of clicks. So I can click that and look at the way I'm showing you. Till now, I have not gone to any other screen. All the analysis is available within one single screen, right? Okay, So you can see these are the different predictions, and these are the number of clicks, and Sisense is helping me to predict how far, like what are the expected other number of clicks that you can expect in the coming weeks. Right, so this is one of the forecasts that is available within Sisense, and you can tweak it, and you have advanced forecast algorithms available within Sisense that you can make use of. Okay, with this, I would like to wind up the session, and there is so much to talk about Sisense. All those details are available on the website, and we are strategic partners of Sisense, Influence Labs. You can always contact us and drop in your queries. We are happy to show you a dedicated demo just for you and what can fit for your organization. And with this, let's go for the Q&A session.
So Sujita, Vivek Patel is asking, hi, how can be the data line pipeline prepared?
Okay, hi Vivek. How can the data pipeline be prepared? Okay, we have different options available within Sisense where you can actually, you first have to come up with an idea. For example, if you're trying to pull up or create an automated dashboards and send it across some particular team, then you have to create a pipeline where you can connect to a data warehouse, and you can put in some Python codes for data cleaning and so on and so forth. We can demonstrate it to you, Vivek, in a separate session, because that itself is a big big section and session that we can show you in a separate session. But definitely this is possible, and this is something we need to work along with the data engineers, especially.
And if I may, Sujita, just also add in that with our model, when you're looking at the Sisense model, and we talk about in columnar tables, but when you see the visualization, it's almost like a set of bubbles, right? And when you add in, when you want to connect to either Snowflake or AWS, Cloud Data Warehouse, Excel spreadsheets, all those data sources on the left-hand side, it's very easy to just drag and drop in some cases. We have a basic ETL capability, but you want to make sure that you're bringing the right data in the right format. But that also, when we connect to live data sources versus cached, or bring them in within the cube. And sometimes you can even write your own SQL queries and just drop them in, right? If you're doing sentiment analysis, for example. So that's one of the strengths, is that we connect to, I think we have 600, 700 API connectors to many of the data sources.
Yeah, thanks, Rohan. Thanks for that. Okay, I could see another question from Fani Raj. Can you share me the case study of Farayo or any logistics industry? Definitely, we can share it with you, Faniraj, right after this one. We will get back to you with a case study. And moreover, you can visit our Sisense website for case studies. You just search for Sisense case studies, and you'll get a user-friendly URL where you can filter based upon your departments and get the case studies across the globe.
And I think there's two actual papers.
Collaborate and provide inputs on metrics or analysis.
I was going to say, Sujita, there's also two papers that are white papers on logistics, and all about embedded analytics. Again, that next generation just for logistics. So we'll make sure that we send you that as well, Funny.
Yeah, sure. And there's a question from Rajesh Narayanan, and he asks, like, is option to collaborate and provide input on metrics or analysis? Rajesh, I'm not clear with your query. Ashok, can you unmute Rajesh?
Sure, give me a minute.
Others, if you have any query, then please let us know.
But I think, Rajesh, if I'm getting what you're saying, is collaborate and provide inputs. It's user defined, right? So it's easy to create and add metrics into the the filters. So some second generation tools, you have a defined filter, and with Sisense you can go beyond that, right? It's whatever your data model has within it. You can use AI and natural language query, machine language even. So one thing we didn't show was a simply ask, which is so some users can go in and just type in native English, just, what was my sales performance in June, or what's the impact of sales performance in June? And with machine learning, natural language query, it picks up on, okay, June sales performance, and it gives you recommendations. And again, with machine learning, you teach it, and over time gets smarter and smarter. But it picks up and gives you that. You don't have to code any SQL queries. It's just straight, asking in natural language. That's the sort of collaboration. But anything within your data model, you're able to come and explore the data.
Yeah.
Hi, Rajesh here. So can I ask a question? So sorry, I was not clear. So the question was, say I see a matrix and I want this to be forwarded to one of my subordinate and get more inputs on that. So can I collaborate at that level, like send a note
yes.
or a chat, and then that can be recorded and those kind of things?
Oh, yes. It's a very highly collaborative solution. So whether it's, sending out send reports or just tagging somebody, or, again, with the governance and the securities, you can control who gets to see what.
Yeah, you have collaborative options, Rajesh.
Now, you might want to send them something and say, hey, what do you think? Put your notes, attach notes, and then those annotations will be there for you to be able to work on.
So we have a question from audience. They're asking how Sisense is better from other BI tools.
Over to you, Rohan.
Okay, well, look, when we say BI tools, I mean, what BI tools? If it's second generation tools, I think we've gone across it. To be quite frank, when we have requests from customers and clients, they have a problem, right? They're moving off second generation. Not everybody. Let's be realistic here. Not everybody, but we get quite a few organizations that say, listen, I've got this tool right now and it doesn't scale, right? Or it's becoming very, very, very expensive to scale, or it doesn't provide that whole ability for AI, machine learning, natural language query. I mean, that's coming. They say it's coming, but it's not there yet. You have to remember, guys, we've had AI, for example, in our solution for 8 years, where one of our major competitors just launched it in April. Give them a couple of years and they'll be fine, I'm sure. But again, this is what we do. The second thing I think is knowing where we provide strength and opportunities. So again, not me, because I can tell you, the marketing spiel and, I get passionate about this, but if you go and take a look at G2. So G2 is like Gartner, and they're the only ones that do an embedded business intelligence or business analytics comparative study, right? And all of the standard second generation solutions are not there. They're just not, right? So when you talk about how embedded and how you want to get to the next generation for the future, they're just not in the same conversation. They do a great job for what they do. And if, many organizations are still, on their whole journey, dashboards are fine. They haven't needed to get additional value. Other organizations are looking to increase their performance and see that they can get better insights and better value, a better return on their investment. Could data be scheduled? Yes, I mean, data export can be scheduled, it can be triggered, all that's different formats. That's, again, out of the box. I think, guys, one of the big comments, and I know we're running out of time soon, and I'll probably get the hook pulled off the stage here, is, dashboards are dashboards. That's table stakes. Everybody has to do dashboards. Everybody has to do reporting. It's what's beyond that, right? And how competitive do you want to be in the market to make this easy for you to either increase revenues, lower costs, or increase customer attraction, retention, or customer spend? I mean, at the end of the day, that's where we're moving. And how do you do it when you got so much volume of data, variety of data, velocity of data? And how do you monetize that?
So we have another question from Vivek. He's asking, is there any facility like Apache DAG?
That's beyond me. I'm not sure. We'll have to get back to you on that one.
Yeah, we'll get back to you, Vivek, on that one. Okay, we have one more question from Shabuddin. He is asking, can people can collaborate or edit at the same time while building the dashboard? Shabuddin, Sisense strongly believes that collaboration is actually a negative point because that leads to so much of chaos. So no, Sisense doesn't allow collaboration on certain levels, for example, creating a dashboard. And Akshita asks, can the data be exported or export be scheduled? Yes, you can schedule reports and you can send it in the form of emails or different attachments or mails to a particular set of people or on daily basis, monthly basis, whatever interval you set. That is possible. And you can send it to different user groups. So the very high level customization options are available within Sisense. So again, I would like to let you know that there is so much to show in Sisense. For example, Rohan was talking about natural query. So that is a super user friendly option, but we are saving that for our next series of webinars. So this was to set the basic and set the ground first. So we will be covering all those advanced features in our next webinars going forward.
There's another question from the audience. They're asking, currently we're using Tableau. How do we move to Sisense seamlessly?
Okay. For example, okay, there is a separate plan when it comes to moving from Tableau to Sisense. There are some best practices or migration plans that helps you. This we call as jumpstart. So there we follow set of practices and set of procedures where you can quickly shift from your present tool to Sisense and start running within weeks. We have a separate program for that. If you would like to know more about that, then we are happy to explain you there.
Yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of tools, Tableau migration tools where, again, if you have the data, it's just really, being able to step one is replicate and then again, take it further. Tableau, Power BI, even, Cognos, I've seen Cognos migration tools, right? Again, data is data. If you have it, we can migrate it. And again, it's short time to value, guys. You saw in the case studies I showed you, we're talking, weeks and months, not years to get this done, right? So again, this is the new age. We've got to have fast return on our value.
Yeah. Any more questions, Ashok? Or I think we have run past the time. I think we can wind up the session also.
Yeah, there are no questions. So if you have any questions, guys, please let us know. We'll drop you with the recorded video and the email ID. Please drop us there. Thanks.
Thank you so much for attending this webinar. We are really happy to have you and we are happy to look at and show the interest that you're showing for Sisense. As I already told, we'll have other series of webinars and we will delve deeper at the tech side of it. And we're looking forward for more participation from you. And do let us know your feedback. And if you have any queries or clarification, then you have our address and you can mail us or you can even call me. Thanks a lot and have a nice rest of the day and a good weekend. Thank you, Rohan.
Thank you, everybody. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you all.